I think there's a few instances where it's justifiable to say that losing weight is not within your control. And one of those instances is one that we're going to be addressing in this audiocast, because your lack of progress when it comes to weight loss or reaching your ideal body image may be directly correlated to the people that are closest to you. I have witnessed people self-sabotage and become discouraged because the thought of transforming and changing their lives didn't fit in with their current reality. To make matters worse, the environment they surrounded themselves with reinforced this negative thinking. Friends, family, and social groups are what many times shape a person's reality and expectations. Welcome to my channel's Audiocast, where with just a few minutes of your time, I empower you to take charge of your body transformation journey through simple behavior adjustments. My name is Daniel, and I believe that successful and long-lasting body transformations don't require extreme measures. It's all about small, consistent habits that can lead to powerful results. If you've tried losing weight in the past, then you know how much of an impact the people around you can have on your morale, motivation, and self-belief. Our friends, family, social groups, and even the people that we work with influence the way that we perceive the world. If you're constantly being bombarded by negativity, pessimism, condescending comments, and and worst of all, the I am a victim and you should be too type of attitude, then you can't help but get caught up in such a toxic environment. These types of people make you doubt yourself and what you're capable of, because it's easy to fall into someone else's beliefs and adopt them as your own, because these are people you trust and, more importantly, have emotional bonds with. On the contrary, if you surround yourself with people who motivate you, empower you, encourage you, are happy for you, believe in you, if you surround yourself with people that have already accomplished what you're trying to do, or heck, even better, are currently on the same path with a positive attitude, then what do you think is going to happen? You're going to adopt those beliefs about yourself as well, because even if you currently struggle to believe in yourself, seeing somebody else believe in themselves is such a high morale booster, and you want to be like that person. It truly is incredible how the people around us can influence our inner world. So my biggest advice to you is be around those who believe in you and will support you. If you don't have friends or family who fit that description, then look for them. One thing that you can consider is nutrition counseling or weight loss support groups. I'm sure that if you live in a city, most cities are going to offer these. You can find these, I'm sure, on Facebook, on the internet. You can find these counseling or weight loss support groups. They are very beneficial. Thanks to the internet, you can find anything that's in your proximity, right? You can also find social media forums where you'll find like-minded individuals. Where there is a will, there is a way. If you're uncomfortable seeking out this type of support, keep in mind there are many people out there like you who would love to have your support just as much you could have theirs. Now, if you prefer to go through this journey alone, remember this saying by George Washington: better alone than in bad company. However, I also understand that you can't be cynical about it, like going up to your favorite Aunt Helga and saying something like, "Hey, Aunt Helga, I have decided I don't want us to be family anymore because you're very negative, and I don't need that in my life since I am trying to get healthy. It was nice knowing you," right? You'll always have friends and family who you're going to love unconditionally and will be around you regardless. For those types of people, here are 3 small tips that I can recommend and how you can communicate with them. So the first thing is to ask yourself where they might be coming from. Now, this might be the hardest of the tips I'm about to give you, because I am asking you to put yourself in someone else's shoes, but there's a reason for that. Behind every action, there's a positive intent. When you really stop to think about where they might be coming from emotionally, you might feel empathy for that person. You'll understand the source of their negativity and why this goal of yours may cause them pain. Perhaps it's your coworker who has been trying to lose weight for the last 30 years and hasn't succeeded. And maybe seeing someone else be successful may remind them of their failed attempts. So unconsciously, they might feel angry or jealous, and to feel better about themselves, they'll attempt to bring you down to avoid feeling inadequate for not succeeding. Or maybe it's your significant other, and this is one that I saw a lot in when I would do one-on-one consultations. It's your significant other who is afraid of the attention you might get. They may try, and the keyword here is unconsciously or subconsciously, because they may not be doing it on purpose, but they may subconsciously be trying to sabotage you in a loving way by teasing you or, always bringing your favorite unhealthy foods around, tempting you. Whatever the situation is, I promise you there is a source to their behavior. If you can try to empathize with them, if you can try to empathize with their emotional logic, you're not going to be as shaken by their negativity as much. Tip number 2 is be open with them. And I think we all saw this one coming, because it's important to let them know how important and significant this goal is for you. Tell them how you would appreciate it if they were supportive of your weight loss and health goals. Don't forget to let them know how important they are to you. This is important, which is why, when you tell them, this goal is very important to me because, but also let them know how important they are to you and why their support would mean the world to you. So I think it's very important that you emphasize that you couldn't do it without them, that you need their support, right? I mean, hopefully this is something that's important for you and you want to do it for yourself, but letting someone else know that it's important and that you would appreciate the support could work miracles. And try to elaborate more if needed. The people who care about you will understand when you're open with them this way. One thing that I would recommend is try talking to them when they're at their best. So like, for example, if they're in the middle of their favorite activity or hobby, as long as you're not being disruptive, or when they're having a good time, and try to talk with them and have that talk with them during those times. This is the hard part now. If you feel that they're not being supportive after being open with them, you may have to reevaluate your relationship with that person. It's okay to put yourself first, especially when it comes to your physical and mental health. Be honest with yourself about the people you spend the most time with. Do they deliberately ignore your progress and hard work? Are they constantly making you doubt yourself? Or do they encourage you and are genuinely happy about your goals? Something to think about. And the last tip is, this one applies more to coworkers and certain friends. And that tip is to just keep it to yourself. Some goals are best when kept secret. Let them see the changes instead of telling them. Similarly, if you've already reached your weight loss goal and are working on your next challenge, like, for example, toning, or trying to compete in a bodybuilding show, or start your own YouTube channel and where you give tips so that you can have better accountability, still try to keep it to yourself. Of course, calibrate on this point. Part of reaching an inspirational goal like weight loss is to be proud of your accomplishment and let others know that if you can do it, they can do it too. You never know who you're going to inspire or whose life you might, change. So when I say calibrate, I'm talking about calibrating for the toxic, it's still high school drama type of vibes, like those kinds of people. So calibrate and keep it to yourself. Whether you're just starting out or are looking to break through that pesky plateau, I've got you covered with practical advice that you can implement right away, as well as simple behavior modifications. My goal is to provide you with individual tools, tips, and inspiration you need to achieve your body transformation goals and cultivate a healthier lifestyle. And that is all I have for you today. If you like this audiocast, then I will recommend that you go to the link below and check out my book, Once and For All, How to Lose Weight and Never Fail Again. The content for this audiocast was directly inspired from one of the chapters there called Supportive Social Circles. So again, I will leave the link in the description below, and I will see you on the next episode.